Chris Black with us as usual, and same thing as usual for the Southview Cougars girls soccer team. They keep winning, still undefeated, and a 2-0 win over St. Ursula this week with one of the best goals we've seen in the last week. We're going to show you how they did that. So, Chris, walk us through this play here. What makes it so special?
Well, first, it's situational right now. St. Ursula chasing the game. They've got to hit a long ball to try and get numbers up. So they have pushed a confrontation line for them that they need to win that ball. But Paige Brown plays it out early. Taylor Lynham, you see how she drags that ball out wide. And then Paige Brown, long run, opens up space. She doesn't get the ball. She opened up space right there. Karis Burbeau able to push to the right side, get off a really nice shot, chip the goalkeeper. How do they do that? Number one, take advantage of what St. Ursula gave them with that space because they are chasing that game. And then some phenomenal athleticism. Great initial ball win by Paige Brown. And then as well, a nice turn there. Too much space given right there to Taylor Lynham just because of the situation with St. Ursula's numbers. And there you see it one more time. You see the little cut to the right, opens up a little bit of space. And why is that space there? It's that run from Paige Brown that opened up that space for a wonderful finish by Karis Burbeau.
What can you do as a defense if you see that happening?
Yeah, at that point, unfortunately for St. Ursula, you're kind of stuck with the numbers you've got, and you try to force a mistake, force a big touch. One didn't come, but that's the kind of thing you have to do. You're chasing a game. That being said, much like they talked about the game, Ben Wilcox and our friend Francis Stevens, St. Ursula, not a team you want to mess with because, man, did they put a lot of shots on goal that game, but it wasn't their day. Savannah Southview with the big win.
All kinds of streaks in tonight's show. You've got that Southview winning streak. The Mud Hens, obviously, we talked about them earlier on a huge winning streak. BG hasn't played nearly as many games, but they've got a 3-game winning streak right now, and the one that they want to win most, always against Toledo. We've got that game coming up for you Thursday night, 7 o'clock on BCSN, BG Toledo. You're on the call. What are the keys to that game? Yeah,
like you said, the 3 wins in a row from Bowling Green State University of University of Toledo. The last win was a neutral site for Toledo. In the tournament, it was a big one, though. It's a big game. Carson Hill, right now, 16 saves against Arizona State, 3rd most in the history of Toledo, and she's going to need it because Toledo is still without center backs. Good news for them to get Stradling back. She had a lot of minutes against Arizona State. If someone else comes back and another center back comes back, maybe they can get more towards a normal lineup, a 4-3-3 instead of the 3-5-2, what they've just been trying to get by at this point due to injuries. So you look at it, big game comeback. Ellie Poole comes back with a chance to play Toledo, where she was at before. You'd imagine both teams are up for that type of thing. Back-to-back games. Yeah, maybe. Back-to-back games for BG with transfers playing their former teams. They did the same down at Xavier earlier in the week. So that's interesting. But you imagine Toledo is hoping, can we frustrate BG somehow? Frustrate them, give them a look they're not used to, because the scoring attack, if Bowling Green starts scoring, they could just keep going. Kennedy White, obviously, a big target for them. Literally, figuratively, pun intended. She could open stuff up after a while if that back line from Toledo plays a little bit too loose. They did a wonderful job against Michigan, held them for a long time. One mistake happened. I think they unraveled a little bit. So it's going to have to be some pretty good mistake-free soccer from Toledo for a long time to make the game stay interesting. But you know what? It's a rivalry game, right?
That'll be at 7 o'clock. You can always catch us Wednesdays for Sidekicks. Chris Black, thanks a lot for being here.
You're welcome. Happy to be here.